everything. I was high as fuck, needing water. So high I don't even know how to ask for water. Like, that's how bad it was. Like, dude. Effect.
Probably the best one we've done.
Welcome back, team. JARdon the message brought to you by Dynamic Fitness Supply, your one-stop shop for fitness needs. We've got treadmills,
and
we've got weights,
and
we've got rubber flooring, and we've got so much more. Please, you can find us in Santa Rosa off 4th Street. That's 1414 4th Street, Suite 102 in Santa Rosa, California, 95404. Call us 707-536-9077. That's Dynamic Fitness Supply. Give us a buzz. Mention JARdon the Mess for 10 to 20% off. Thank you.
Right.
Dynamic Fitness. That's all I got today.
I'll take it.
I'm not gonna lie, I just woke up for a little nap.
Oh, you're fine.
I'd say it looks like you're in a cave.
So
it's dark as hell in my room.
Lots has happened since the last time we recorded. I would say most notably is I lost my job.
Wow.
That was a shock.
Right off the bat. Talk about this one. Yeah. Well, I don't know what you're
going to talk about it,
but
we're not going to talk about it so much.
Great.
Because of depending on what. You never know.
Yeah.
I'd
rather be safe than sorry.
I could be back. Who knows? I could be back in 3 months. And what I found out is that big corporations like these, they have sole teams dedicated to scouring the internet for shit.
Yeah.
It's wild.
For real.
He's like, dude, like you don't think that there's a team? There are hundreds of people that scour the internet just to find stuff that's wrong.
Yeah. There's literally an entire department in Disney to go through the internet and flag videos that are like Disney porn to get them like deleted.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like that's somebody's job. How
boring is that?
Yeah, just how disturbing is that? You're like, oh, I gotta see what twisted fucks made today, and you're like, look it up, and it's just like, anyways, yeah.
Damn it, Jafar.
Jafar's badass.
The whole thing, it's like this weird.
So
it's all transpired so oddly.
Did they like? I don't know if you can answer this or if I can ask it or whatever. But did you get like warnings about it? Because that's what I was wondering and confused about.
So, yes and no. So, well, as leadership management, you can still get write-ups.
Yeah,
right.
Of which I've never received. So that's one thing. I knew that there was an investigation going on per the subject or these California labor laws. Which I wasn't like I knew of, but I wasn't aware of that it was much was gonna go into it because of I'm getting talked to by X amount of people, certain people, like, okay, like, yeah, all right, shame on you, fool me twice, do it again, all right, slap your wrist, move on. And that's kind of like the conversation, like, all right, not to do this anymore, or this is what you got to look out for. All right, cool, you understand? Yeah, all right, let's go about our day.
So they didn't even give you a chance to improve?
Well, like that's what I'm saying. It all happened so like just very abruptly.
Yeah.
It happened very. I don't want to say it's by the book, but then again, like how much do I want to try to pursue something and just put myself in the hole?
Yeah.
And here's the other thing: more likely come out a loser.
Correct. Yeah.
So unless it was like, and now the biggest thing that I'll think of, like, yes, the store and everything falls on me. I'm gonna own that. Like,
yep.
How can I not own it? It's part of being a manager. It's part of being a leader. You got to own the mistakes. I own that mistake. Was it taught to me specifically for this? No. Did I learn about it at one point? Yeah, probably I did. I had to. I must have.
Yeah.
Because that, yeah. Was it something that I should have taken more seriously? 100%.
Yeah.
100 fucking %. And
can I say an unrelated thing?
Go ahead.
And you just don't say anything. I just want to make. I'm just gonna ask an unrelated or make an unrelated statement, and you can. California law, state law of lunch breaks, meaning you need to have a 30-minute lunch break within the first 5 hours of your work or whatever it is, and that is like a mandatory thing.
Yes.
End of statement. Just making a random statement.
So a thing that happened on my end was when I was shown on, and this all comes down to time cards, and I asked him dead serious because it was I asked him because when it was happening, I'm like, is this because of literally this topic, this subject? Anything else? They're like 100% it's this. Like that, like great, and I was viewed as high risk. So that's not saying that anything actually came about yet. That's not that I actually got in trouble yet. That is just that I think that something was building towards a problem. I think there was building towards a potential issue.
Somebody did some analysis of
and the easiest way to get ahead of it was to use me as a scapegoat. In my personal feelings, I was used as a scapegoat. Yeah. Because that's probably where I'll talk to you guys after. But here's the thing. At the end of it all, I'm not salty about it. I'm not gonna hold up a sign, and I'm not gonna I'm gonna lawyer. I'm not gonna do any of that. It was my fault. At the end of the day, it was 100% my fault. Could I have been trained a little bit better? Yes, 100%. Like I said, the conversation inside there was like, dude, I don't know why we're doing this. That was literally like verbatim words out of a person's mouth when they were like, I don't know what's going on right now. I don't know why this is happening. Verbatim. Well, not like verbatim like that, but like very, very, very along the lines of it. And I had a couple managers reach out. They're like, yo, what the hell, blah, blah. And I mentioned, I'm like, technically, I could be rehired in 3 months because I'm not like 86 out of the company.
Yeah.
That's where it throws everybody off.
That's so bizarre.
That is what throws everybody off because this is a person of a higher status telling me this. That's delivering the news. So like, I'm like, look, at the end of the day, I did enjoy the job. I did.
Yeah,
I really did.
Yeah.
If stuff was starting to click. Stuff was starting to click. It was not like per se super stressful at times, but I never lost any sleep over it.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing is once I heard that word investigation, something just didn't sit right. Like just from then on out, it didn't sit right, and there was other things, whatever. But one of the managers asked, like, if they called you, let's say, I'm not holding my breath because you never know, but if they called you in 3-4 months, would you go back? I'm like, honestly, yeah, I would. Like, what am I gonna do? Hold it against them for something that was my fault, mostly my fault.
Yeah.
Or something that I didn't address or didn't take it seriously, but I understood the job. And I think that's the one of the most difficult things as when I was getting it, the person that was delivering it, it was the hardest thing is because it costs a lot of money and resources to train a manager.
Yeah.
It's like they just don't want to just not do it. I'm talking dude, I've got hundreds of hours of literally me sitting in front of or damn near hundreds of hours of me sitting in front of a computer doing e-learnings.
Especially for something I want to say that not necessarily minimal, but like it could have been like, hey, FYI, you really need to get this taken care of.
It comes down to the fines.
Yeah.
It comes down to the fines, plain simple. And I look at it as, let's say I did a $10,000 muck up. Let's just say that. Well, that $10,000 muck up is a lot easier to address head on than wait for it past tense after the fact. And I got to pay $100,000 for this muck up in fines from California because California is a fucking stickler. Yeah, that's really what it comes down to, the fines. And I was told that, dude, if this same scenario happened in Arizona, you'd be fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you would be just fine. But California, being the state that it is and being how it is, they're very strict. And then it comes down to the point of, well, people can't even afford to live, then why are we restricting these labor laws? Like, now, all right, you know. Topics, how are you guys doing?
Dude, I am, well, no, Dalton, I don't want to go into it. Dalton, how are you doing?
I'm good.
You just woke
I don't
up.
really have a lot going on in my life other than working and napping.
Nice. I have a laundry list of discussion topics, but I'm doing all right. I'm super busy with work. It's like this big thing. Essentially, this big thing without, because I also can't go into details on some of this stuff, but if I was gonna try and explain it, something that we've been working on for 2.5 years, 2+ years, right, is finally hitting like a major critical point in the next 2 weeks. And so it's kind of like we need to validate what we've done for this entire time, like proving out like, hey, did we just waste 2 years and millions of dollars, or is there actually something here? So it's super high stress and it's super high like stakes for me, and I hope and would assume that it's for like everybody else in your like your people that you manage. But there's a certain level where I still feel like there's like, sorry, not to go back to this, but going back to your point, sorry, because it's kind of resonated with me.
Oh, you're fine.
It's like managerial level. It's like there's so much time and effort put into that, because like those are people that are like looking at it from like bigger picture stuff and understanding like, hey, there is a day-to-day like menial, I am a worker robot, like you're doing your task. Like I consider a cash register for like someone could put me on pay window for an 8-hour shift, and I know what I'm doing, right?
100%.
But the right manager is going to put the right person there to make sure that actually causes that, facilitates productivity, not causes problems, right? So at the same point, like, when I worked at it In and Out, I'd be like, I'm coming in, I'm going to work my hardest, I'm going to do my shit. Oh, cool. I'm clocking out. See you later. I don't really, there's a huge rush coming in. That's your guys' problem, right? And I'd walk out the door, right?
Dude. Yeah.
So, but like, so there's a disconnect, right? Not disconnect. There is an understandable, as you start to rise up or scale up, right? The ladder, as it were, you start to understand the weight and significance of stuff. So video games is an interesting industry, because there's a lot of like backlash around this whole idea of like crunch, and we get into crunch mode. You hear like Rockstar has these like 100-hour weeks, and like they lock people in the studio, and you gotta like do all. So there's a lot of like negativity behind this conceptually, but a lot of people fucking don't. It's like, you don't care how your sausage is made, you just want to make your hot dogs, right? So some people don't think about how the pig is butchered and ground up and shoved into these tubes, and then you're just enjoying your hot dog on the 4th of July, right? Video games, it's like, oh yeah, that sucks, but I just want to play the game. Just give me the game that I want, right?
Sweat and tears went into this.
So there's like, and that's the thing, right? So there's this level of when you're working on something, I don't even say video games, I don't even say art. When you're working on anything where you're putting like 2 years worth of time into something, you want to make sure that time isn't like for not like wasted. At the same point, there's a level where you reach like burnout, right? Because you're just like, oh, dude, this thing again, right? So all that's to say, in summation, this is a really high stress couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So
You'll be all right.
I'm all right. I'm okay. I'm right.
Yeah, you'll be right.
Yeah.
Again, I want to go back to the obviously the Walgreens thing. When it happened, the immediate lack of responsibility within like that, I didn't know how to handle. I'm still like winding down from it.
Yeah.
I was in charge of like all these people's like livelihoods, and now like I'm just like like it's insane, dude. The amount of responsibility that I had to just not. It's just like wild, man. I'm like my sleeping patterns are messed up. My eating is messed up. Everything is just messed up. Like I'm trying not to be like a Debbie, like no matter what. Well, yes, I'm gonna feel the way I felt, and it's all merited. But man, I'm telling you, dude, like just to like pick yourself up and try to find some positives out of it, it's just damn near impossible. It's so hard. And I told myself like, I'll joke. I joke a lot. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go sulk for a little bit. Like, dude, I don't think I've had any real time to sulk, or I'm just so in shock and awe that it happened.
Yeah.
That I was thinking about it. Yeah, I must have applied for a bunch of like 30 jobs, 20 jobs within the past like week. Just get it out there.
Why not?
You got it's a numbers game. And each time I'm critiquing my resume more and more, I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't half-ass this. And now it's the waiting game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it's like I can only look at the same posting so many times. Like, oh man, dude, that's the struggle. That's the biggest struggle. I'll know I'll be all right. I'll find something.
Yeah.
But man, dude,
applying for jobs is so weird now.
It's just
because it's like you don't know what is
like
say it frank real or what it's
so
like
I
legit.
did see on some of these job sites are like be wary for fake job listings. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, they just want your info.
Like that's wild. Well, I mean, but I'll tell you what. I've been
go.
This is gonna sound bad. Just in my kind of like nonchalantness, I started applying for some government jobs that I could probably do.
Yeah.
But the thing about government jobs is they don't give a shit about your resume. They want you to type in the experience, which is the same thing as resume, but they want to go explicit detail, like details of things. Get the interview first. That's it. Get the interview, and then it's left to the gods at that point. But you have to get the interview. I literally had some because I like whatever, just not really thinking of it. I'll just put like a dot here, a dot, just go on the next thing. Literally get an email from like some lady that's hiring. She's like, hey, like I know part of it was automated and half of it was like real person talking. Put in some experience. I feel like this lady literally told me, it's like, I like your experience, but the fact you didn't put shit in the experience, I can't justify giving you an interview. She worded it in a very government-y way, saying like, put this. So I feel like I actually lost out on a decent opportunity with just because I didn't take the time, or I was like, I'm above this. I'm above this. Yeah. And that's the thing I have to get out of my head. Like, I'm not above it. And there's a big thing that I saw. Because now I'm reading the details in the descriptions, not just like, oh, this is what it is, it pays this. It says, do not put in the experience portion, look to resume. Don't do that. This specifically says that. You know why? Because they don't give a shit about your resume. They want you to manually input everything and then manually input your experience.
Can I tell you why?
Because I want to see if you're competent enough to do it.
Yeah. Exactly. There's
you're reading.
It's attention to detail. It's a drive. Okay, cool. They're gonna do this. Here's the more. Let me back it up. Here's what I think the practical reason is for it. All that stuff when you submit it, like if you just send a resume, what do I have to do? I have to pull that thing up and I have to read through all this stuff to find the information I want. But if you put it neatly in these fields, all that shit gets dumped into an Excel document or something where they're able to be like, okay, we need to look for people who have, and like it just organizes it in a way that's actually useful
That makes
for
sense.
them in the hiring process. But you're absolutely right. If you're just like, fucking see my resume, it's already there. Like, I can't tell you how many times we've done like job postings or like I'll see this resume that somebody's done and I just go, and I'll like just go straight to what I need. And I go, oh yeah, no. Or be like, oh yeah, this great, awesome. Like
the catch-22 is I'm looking when I was doing interviews, looking at and like I'm not thinking about it for myself. I'm like, this looks like dog wash. Like, oh my god, this is like whatever. And then I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, I was feeling so self-conscious. Like, there's not much for me to feel self-conscious about things right now. There's not much for me to like go off the rails and overthink them because I don't have this responsibility. Like, it's just crazy. Mm-hmm. So, like, for me to get in my head, I'm like, let me take a couple rips and like, hey, Tony, can you look at my resume? Is there something wrong with it? Can you look at my cover letter?
Yeah.
I think there's something wrong. Nobody's calling me. It's only been like a day. Yeah. I don't know. What the fuck? People should be throwing offers at me. Yeah. That's how my head is. That's how I think. That's how a lot of people think, I believe.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, it looks good. Yeah, it looks fine. Do we need to add, take away anything? I don't really see why you would or want to. I'm like, fuck. That means no one's calling me. It was like, this is all within like 3 days of me losing my job.
Yeah.
But so I recently started getting the rejection emails. So for some, and I've applied for like multiple positions at like the same company. I'm like, okay, look, I get it. My resume is not built for your job, but I eventually, if I wear you guys down, you'll just have to give me an interview. Like, dude, for real, like for real. How many times can they post the same job listing? How many times can I apply for the said job before I actually just get an interview? I've done that at Walgreens. Somebody's applied 3 times in a row before I finally, I'm like, you know what, dude? Fuck, dude, I'm in a position. I need a body. What can you do? Are you over 21? Yes, you're hired. Let's go.
Yeah. That's so funny. Can I do a tangential thing and then I'll actually go to the
Come on, I wanted to talk about this shit for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
It's so funny. You're like, I just need a body, right? So I've been playing this game. I'll go into it at some other point, but it's just like one of the most fun games I've ever played, but it's like super challenging, right? The idea is you are running a mercenary. It's like a fantasy game. So think like Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, right? Setting. And you are controlling a mercenary company, like a mercenary group. So like half of the game is like you managing like their equipment and fighting and doing stuff. You take contracts. You go, nope. You want us to kill all those orcs? You only want to pay us 1,000 gold? You need to pay us 1,500. And they go, fuck, all right, great. You go, you fight them, you come back. And then like on top of that, there's also this economy simulator to it. Because like I'll go free this town, and they're a town that makes like they mine salt, right? Well, now they're my best friends because I saved them from all these orcs. I buy all the salt for hella cheap. And then I like travel across the map to this other place and I sell the salt for like high price, right? Yeah. So it's just like economic because you need that gold to keep, feeding your guys and buying better shit and all that stuff. Why do I say all this? Because you can hire people. You hire people to join your mercenary group. Mm-hmm. And so you'll spend really high, and everybody has like a daily wage, right? So you'll spend like 15,000 gold to like recruit this like super great warrior guy, but like he's only one dude, right? And he's got like a really high daily rate. There's literally there are points where I'm like, I just need bodies, and I'll just like hire dudes that are like, I'm a fisherman, I'm like a beggar. It's like, oh, you'll hire for 50 gold instead of 1,500. I hire like 10 of them, and I just put them as the front wave of people just to be bodies, right? So it's so funny when you're like, I just need somebody with a pulse. I just need somebody who can you just stand here and do this thing? Great. Much in my game, right? In your experience, can you just stand here and run a register? In my case, it's like, hey, can you just stand here and just tank as much damage as you can and then die? And that's fine. I don't care. That's it. But like, yeah. So funny. God damn.
Love it.
It's fucked up, Bert. It's poor fisherman.
It is. So no,
he's just fishing for his family, and then you come along and it's like, hey, I need you just to get murdered.
He offered him a fair wage.
What's even more fucked up is you can get like permanent damage, like permanent injuries. So I had a guy who like lost an eye for like the rest of the game. He had like an eye patch, and like he has like his vision's like messed up, right?
What game is this?
It's called Battle Brothers.
because it sounds fucking awesome.
It's amazing. But then there are like people who like it like really fucked up, and they're like they have like a collapsed lung and like a broken arm,
on
and
Steam?
I'm like, yeah, it's on Steam, and I'm like, okay, so this guy's useless, right? All those negative modifiers are like negative, 50 to melee or whatever. All I do is, so I'm like, well, I have this guy. You can retire them. You can be like, hey, you're gone. But I'm like, no. I put money into you, sir. So I just put them in a really, really like high tank armor, and I'll just put them in the front line. So like there's these dudes who can't swing a sword, but their entire job is just to like take as many hits so
Just
that everyone
here,
else and then they die. And I'm like, all right. And then I'll look through my ranks and I'll be like, who else has some sort of horrible disfigurement or like debuff? And I'll be like, oh, this guy, he's missing a leg. Great, just sit here. You don't have to move. Anyways, super fun.
Right.
I love it. I've been playing like tons of it.
Looks dope. I just added to my wish list.
It's so good. It's so much fun. It's really hard. But while I go grab something, Randy, I know I want to juxtapose the negativity with positivity, which is, it's been a while since we record. How was your Disneyland trip?
Oh, dude.
Disneyland.
Yeah.
God, I miss Disneyland.
Go into debt. You spend like over $3 grand on Disneyland, lose your job 3 weeks later.
Oh God.
No, I wouldn't change anything.
It's so like I'll wait to get into it when Bert comes, but it's so expensive. Like we had the passes, and even just going for a couple days was still expensive when you like food and
like
parking and
the pass is. I think if you go more than 2 times a year, buy the pass. If you don't go more than twice a year, I wouldn't bother with the pass.
Yeah, I mean, we used to, when we had it, we would we made up for it because we every time we go to our mom's, we'd always go two or 3 times. Yeah,
I would say the hominess feeling of Disneyland was there. It was a lot different because I'm older now. I'm not a child. At that time, in that present moment when I was there, money isn't a worry at all.
Sure.
Like I don't think to fully
can't do Disneyland on a budget.
You can do Disneyland on a budget, but if you're doing it on a budget, like you're budgeting your fun. Like that's a good way to put it. Like spend the fucking money. That's it. At the end of the day, what it costs an extra $200 to get the Genie Pass, and I maybe spend an extra 150 on top of that to beat lines. So only 50 for me not to stand in lines that take hours that I can get back a lot faster. I mean, over the course of the 2 days, and it was more so I want to make sure Tanya had a better experience just because I'm just more physically and more athletic, so I can be on my feet longer, I can do these things longer, quote unquote. But overall it was fun. Like, and I would say Dalton, when you started going more regularly, I would say, or at least for me, the first one I got there, it was like this mad rush to like get somewhere.
Yeah.
And it was Rise of the Resistance. That was it. It was like, get there. And before it even opened, the line was all the way to the entrance.
That's so insane.
Walk in. Now, I don't think they actually opened the door so people could start filling in, which takes a lot of space. But it was fucking wild. Like,
you're talking about for the park?
Yeah, for Rise of Resistance.
Just Rise of Resistance.
Just for Rise of Resistance.
And everyone just runs to Star Wars Land and they keep in line.
And first we went and we were like, I didn't know we went. I thought Star Wars Land was going to be in the World of Tomorrow because there was Star Wars stuff over there. So we initially went right. In reality, it's like you go fucking left and down this place over there.
Yeah, because just Star Tours and stuff.
Yeah. And all the Star Wars stuff was over there anyway. And then now it's over there. But the other thing I've never done, which I want to do next time, is I want to go in that Star Wars museum they have there. I mean, I've never.
The what?
They have like some Star Wars museum, like with a lot of pictures of. You can go in through certain times of the day. It's in Tomorrowland, but I've never went in just because it's not a ride.
Is it that thing that's like all the way in the back?
Oh, it's tomorrow. Like so,
Well, yeah, but
here's
like in
Planet.
Tomorrowland, but like
Yeah,
you know,
here, yeah.
straight.
Here's Planet
I
Pizza, and
okay,
then it's like you're leaving Tomorrowland, and it's kind of like to the left.
yeah.
It's like, dude, I'm telling you, it doesn't look like a ride, it doesn't look anything, but you got two people standing there all the time.
I don't think
But
I've ever
there's
been in that
never
either.
a fucking line. There's just not. I probably walked by there 20 times when I went. But yeah,
The nice thing with the passes, we didn't feel rushed. So it's
no.
like we could go, you know, we could just be like, cool, let's just do looking shops for like 4 hours.
That's the thing, dude. Once you kind of get the pass down and you can navigate these times, dude, like I'm not gonna lie, the Disney app is one of the best apps I've ever used in my life.
Yeah.
Like it's so refined and so tuned down to like everything that you need. Let's plan your day. Okay. Yeah. Let's do everything from this single Disney app on my phone. Everybody that was on their phones in Disney were just looking at the Disney app. Like,
yeah. And the times are pretty accurate too. So it's nice to be able to.
Yeah. It was good. Now, like, yeah. There's only a couple rides that you had to wait. And if you didn't have your fast pass or you didn't have that time, like, so we waited for Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones is always one that's a long
one. Fuck, dude. Hour.
Straight hour. I don't know if that ride is worth it anymore.
It's worth it to. It's not worth it, but you have to go on to be like, did you go on Indiana Jones? Yeah, I did.
I still think it's worth it.
Like, it's just, man, once you like, it's just the thing with Indiana. Bert, do you recall going on that ride and like the long? So it's like you wait outside forever.
Yeah.
Like it's just like this small zigzag of like 30 minutes is outside.
Yeah, and there's actually really cool storytelling.
Yeah.
Or there used to be really cool stuff like as you're going through and you were like looking at all these cool things.
Yeah,
and I was
I being outside wasn't that bad because you're in technically a little bit of this nature portion.
Yeah.
But then the second you get inside, or where it starts to not be fun is when you have to go up that like that ladder bridge thing. I mean, it's a walkway, but it's narrow. Only two people can fit side by side, if that. And then you start waiting on there. Then you're 15, 20 minutes on there, and you got fucking little kids everywhere. And then you get in there, and you're like, okay, cool, we're walking. Great, awesome. Then all of a sudden, you just hit a brick wall of people and musty smell. So, but I mean, once you're on, it's fine, it's good, blah, blah. Rise of the Resistance, though, fucking, it's an experience. It's not. It's like 30% of a ride, I guess. But it's more so the experience, and I would say, Bert, you would enjoy it. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
No,
the Millennium Falcon one. That I would go on that one again. That was actually the first ride we went on. I was surprised we were just kind of be able to walk on and just start shooting shit. Like that was cool.
Yeah. It's weird.
Whatchamacallit? The Guardians of the Galaxy ride. That one caught me off guard because I'm like, oh, I thought there was a haunted mansion. There was a drop tower in Disney. I'm like, oh, I guess not here. Oh, there's a Guardians of the Galaxy tower over there. Let's go on that. So we go there. We wait in line forever. But when we actually got it, I was like, I didn't know what the ride was about. Like, I just didn't. And all of a sudden, I'm like, gravity, that's weird. And then it does its first drop. Dude, I was thrown off. Like, I was like, holy shit. I thought I was coming out of the seat, dude. I literally thought like I was, because it happened so abruptly, I was probably like half an inch off the seat. But then I realized that was probably the coolest simulator ride that it catered to the theme so well. Gravity. Because at points it didn't feel like you were sitting down for shit. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah.
I think they have different videos or whatever too.
I believe so. Yeah. But I overall I enjoyed it. The thing that I would do differently is I will bite the bullet and spend the extra fucking $500 to $800 and just stay at a Disneyland hotel. You just got to. You're probably gonna sleep better, and you're already gonna have the amenities of food there. That was the thing that struggle with the most, like driving around, like because we were just parked there. There's like no restaurants there, like anywhere. Like there's not a lot, or they're all in downtown Disney area, you know, which now I see. But even at that point, I'm like, but when we did finally eat at a restaurant, was at whatever the next day at like some whatever. Dude, it was fucking hella good. It was like $50 a head. They're serving prime rib, and all kind of like it was just so like, why have I been suffering?
Yeah.
When this is just right here. Overall, it was great. It's fun. Yeah, I'll have better walking shoes next time. Yeah. And I will definitely go back and do the lightsaber. I'll probably get a green lightsaber.
Can we talk about Crocs for a moment?
Yeah, we can.
So I'm thinking about getting a pair.
Yeah, you should.
Because you recommended it, but I don't know what any of it means. I look at it and I go, every time I like actually go on Amazon to like look at them, I'm like, never mind.
I can send you the link of the ones we bought. I really like them. They're comfortable. You can get them dirty and wash them, put them in the washing machine, hit them with the hose, whatever you want to do. I literally haven't worn anything else but my Crocs since we came back on our cruise in February.
Wow.
Granted, I work from home, so I don't really go a lot of places. But...
Sure. I will, because the reason why is, so I walk around my house all the time, right? I take my dog for WALKs.
Say that again?
Nope. If he knows the word. And I don't want to. I take my dog around, and so I walk so much that like just even in a short period of time, the sandals that I have are just like obliterated, like they're gone. And I only notice when I start to have like feet, like leg problems. I'm like, why do my feet hurt so much or whatever? And I realize, oh my gosh, I'm like walking on nothing. Like this shoe is like disintegrated, right? So I was about to buy new sandals because I really like the sandals that I've bought previously, but I was like, Dalton talked about these gosh darn Crocs so much that I'm like, these could be my everyday walk around shoes.
You're going to be your everyday for everything shoes.
But I need you to sell them to me.
Well, I used to also be like you and loved sandals. But after wearing Crocs, I realized sandals don't have a lot of support. And by a lot of support, I mean any support. Crocs have support. They have a little bit of, it's a little hard, but they have cushion. It's like, I don't know. They're just, you don't have to worry about getting dirty because you can wash them. You slip them on and slip them off. They're just, you got to wear them to believe.
All right. Well,
can I have a question?
Yes,
random customer. What's the difference between support and cushion?
I don't know.
Exactly. Crocs are more cushioned than support. That's why they feel good. They're softer. That's why.
By more support, I just mean they're not flat.
Yeah, no.
Feeling like sandals are.
But you're buying cheap sandals.
I wouldn't even say they're in the same class.
Well, all right. No. How about this?
They're clogs.
We have two sides of the coin. Crocs, not Crocs. The question is, Bert, what are you willing to spend for the comfort of your feet? Because I'll tell you right now, for the comfort of my feet, it costs about $260 or $100. Yeah, it was $180. And it's a pair of red wing shoes that I have.
For your
those things are fucking tits.
And you use those to go out to like the mail, or you use those to like walk down the street or whatever.
Dude, crazy.
Would you wear those in the beach?
These are waterproof, slip-on with laces shoes.
Are they vesties?
But I'm also saying that, I've got a pair of Nike slides that I wear.
Yeah. So that, right?
But this is for every day around the house.
That's what I'm looking for.
Now, comes the question: how much?
Because I have Nike. My Nikes are my regular walking shoes.
How much are you looking to spend for this every day around the house?
For the rainbow sandals that I bought, they're probably like $70, $80.
Oh shit! Okay, well.
But they're worn out now.
Fucking Birkenstocks and call it a day. Shit.
They're.
All right, look. You how long do you have those rainbow sandals for?
Well, see, that's the thing is normally they last me a long time, but I'm doing a ton more walking. So my thought was like, well, for one of these, maybe I do 2 of these Crocs, and even if I throw them away sooner.
Or Amazon, with the Crocs, you can do try before you buy. So you can get them, try them for 7 days.
No.
How many people tried those?
I literally bought. I sorry, this is another tangential thing. I hate returning stuff.
Yeah.
So I will rather eat the loss of me making a mistake than returning it. So I literally bought a new dog collar, and it came and it was like medium instead of like small. And I was just like, oh, I should return this. And it's just sat outside in my living room for 8 months because I just won't.
Like, I'll get to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude.
Bert, I am very confident that you would love the Crocs.
I think so. I think so.
You could buy a pair of Okabashis sandals that are gonna have way more support and everything. Oh God, you know what? Just it's a losing battle. I'm just gonna stop. When you have hip and back pain by the time you're 40,
that's closer than you think.
Yeah, I know, a little closer than you think. Then come talk to me.
Yeah,
but I guarantee for the fact that you do that much walking, you're not gonna like them. I give it 2 months.
Rainbows are like $60.
Give you 2 months for the amount of walking you're describing. I guarantee you're not gonna like them.
I guarantee he will like them.
All right. Well, I feel like I need to pivot this away from such a hotbed discussion.
Really just get me riled up because I sold something I didn't sell.
Can I ask you guys, if I described a food, does a smell instantly come to your mind? I'm gonna describe this. I'm gonna describe this food. I'm gonna describe a specific food, and you tell me if you know exactly what I'm talking about. Farmer John's maple sausages.
Actually, no, I couldn't.
What? Like, you just ate them, and you literally showed me a picture, and my mind immediately went to the smell. I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
It's
so jealous.
It's like 50% of the time, like it's very pungent. I can smell it. It's great. It's amazing. But this recent time when I was making it, I didn't smell it right off the bat.
All right. Well, what about honey garlic chicken?
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's pretty good.
So can I? You want to tell that story?
No, you can. You can.
No, all right. I'll tell you what. I'll tell to a certain point, and then I'm gonna hand it over to you. Okay. So Randy came down for his trip, and did you say how you missed your flight or no?
No. Fuck.
Okay. So
you missed your flight.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll let Randy. Well, I've already ruined it, but I'll let Randy fill in some details here.
Yeah, totally forgot about that.
So Randy's like, "Hey, I'm coming down. We're going to Disneyland." And he's like, "Let's grab lunch." And I was like, "Well, L.A., Burbank, and Anaheim are two very, very different places." And he's like, yeah, but I'm flying into Burbank. And I was like, oh, you're flying into Burbank and then driving down to Anaheim. Dude, I'm like 15 minutes away from the airport. Yeah, let's do this. Right.
Let's go.
And he's like, cool. And my flight's here. I'll get in at this time, perfectly timed with when I would take my like lunch break. It gets around that time, and I just a little bit before, and I just get this, dude, I missed my flight by 10 minutes. I'm literally at the window watching the plane fly away.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, I'm so sorry. So it's all right. It's cost you some money, but whatever. So then they got diverted to what is it? John Wayne, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so at that point I go, oh, cool. Well, now he's flying in Anaheim. There's no real reason for him to drive up to Burbank, because that's just like a drive for no reason besides hanging out. That doesn't seem. And he's like, yeah, no, we're gonna do this. I'm like, trust me when I say it's okay. Let's do. We'll figure out another time, because it's like Friday when like everyone's like at the weekends. And he's like, no, I'm gonna land. He lands. He's like, I landed. I was like, we're going to the hotel. And it's like, cool, but again, like, you don't have to do this. We can figure out another thing. Because in my head, I'm thinking about all the traffic. Yeah, literally just drive up from Anaheim to Burbank to like, unless you do something up here, you're turning around, you're going back. It's like, dude, like, I wish that on no one, right? If you hit peak traffic, right? And he's like, no, we just need to rally. We're gonna grab, like, da da da. And I like, we're getting close to time. I was like, I'm trying as desperately to be like, I don't do this.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, don't do this. Don't do this. And he's like, we're on our way. We're gonna leave at this time. I was okay. And he's like, now we're leaving a little bit later. And I was like, because when he said he was originally gonna leave, I was doing the math. I was like, that's pushing it, but all right. And he's just like, we took a little bit longer. We're getting on the road now. And I'm just like, no, he's so fucked. And it was like what, 45 minutes of a drive, maybe.
That's it.
40
I would
minutes?
figure it'd be
No.
longer.
It was a longer drive, but the thing is, I texted that we were running later when I had already been on the road for like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Like that was. I think that was it. Like because Bert, if I recall, you're like, dude, if you're leaving right fucking now and you're texting, just don't even bother.
Yeah.
Which
That's right. And you're like, no, I've already been on the road. Yeah.
Because when we got on the road, because here's my thing. I knew if I were to text you, we're running late, I'll be running a little behind. When I was actually jumping on the freeway, there could have been like, dude, you really want to do this? Because I get what you're doing. You're being polite, giving it out. Because when I got on that freeway, I was like, fuck, is this worth it? Because it was just like, I'm not used to this traffic. I'm driving a car that I'm not used to.
Yeah.
And driving a car you're not used to, and traffic you're not used to, in an area you're not familiar with, like generally leads to bad things. So I'm just driving a little more cautiously, just trying to get comfortable. But no, for the most part, it was. But once we hit like the break of like, you just give me a fucking stretch of freeway, 20 miles, something.
Yep. Yeah, anything.
And that was, and like you get those little stretches, it kind of revitalizes you. But I'll tell you though. Yeah, the traffic is left to be desired. More desired. But
desired.
Yeah. I would say getting in there was fine. You know, the city of Burbank is just what's the way I can put it? It's like a bougie Kentfield Ross type deal. Well, those are bougie in their own right. Fucking just. It's like, dude, Burbank's like Berkeley. Burbank is just like Berkeley to me because of how it is, how close to towns you are. Yep. Blah blah bougie. Yeah. And my first reaction is like, oh, we're gonna go somewhere and get something really good to eat. This is like what I'm missing and need it. All right, well, it's either this really expensive fucking restaurant on a hill, or we go to this chicken spot down the street. Let's go to the thing. And I saw your body like was moving slow. I was high as fuck too. So like, most refreshing water I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, Dalton, can I rewind? You've been to Bert's work, right?
Yes.
Dalton? Did you see that soda machine they have there?
I think so.
Or recall that like it's like, all right, think of like one of those.
It was a quick little.
Think of one of those machines you walk into like a Burger King and get like any drink you want, but except this one produces water, and more flavors. Amazing! It costs more to produce water. Dude, like I was cotton mouth, dry mouth, everything. I was high as fuck, needing water, so high I don't even know how to ask for water. Like that's how bad it was. Like, dude, I was I'm smiling through a grin because I don't know how to like ask for water from this grown man.
You could be about to die and you're like, I don't know what to do here.
But dude, the second I had that water, I was just more talkative. Like it was like it's like other guys, how the water cucumber accents the water in such a way.
It's not a brush.
It was so good. It was so good. Hands down, some of the best water I've ever had. Like,
it was great. It was fun. I could tell. And it was like two options. We go to this really fancy restaurant up on the hill. It's really nice, great view. Or we go to like this Korean chicken wing place that I love that's like right next to work. So we ended up going there and just like demolished like just plates of this chicken, Korean fried chicken. It was so good. So in the end, I was really glad you all came up. The entire time I was like, because to me, I'm just like, oh, I'm ending work. All right, I'm gonna sit here. But in my head, I go. But in my head, I'm like, dude, don't do this because you're gonna regret it. But hopefully you didn't.
That honestly, man, like seeing you definitely helped raise my spirits because like it was just like that initial setback was just it pissed me off, dude.
Yeah,
like, I just stopped talking, like. Because I knew if I kept talking to the lady that was not really helping us, like I probably would have got thrown out or something. But like seeing you did, it definitely helped ease the vibe on things.
Then I knew this though. Randy was like, yeah, don't worry. We'll only go to the park one day, and we'll grab dinner on like Sunday or whatever. And I was just like, sure we are. At that point, I knew no, that's not going to happen. Yeah.
Like the California Adventure, I just won't go do next time. Like,
it's not fun.
It's like Dalton. This is the vibe I get from California Adventure. There was like really two big empty parking lots, and there just happens to be a small reservoir in the middle. Fuck it, let's put some stuff around it. That's how California Adventure is to be. Like, it's just, there was nothing appealing about California Adventure other than they served alcohol. And I did have a drink. I did have a couple of drinks when I was there. I can immediately tell you right now that I'm still a full-fledged alcoholic because my mind started racing the second I had a drink. Where is the next pit stop?
Yeah.
Where can I get more? This needs to happen. I don't even want food anymore. I only need alcohol. It was insane. It was crazy. Like it was like that rabbit hole is still like, yeah. But California Adventure, no. Save yourself the fucking money. Don't go. Go to Disneyland twice. Like, or if I can get California Adventure for half off, I'm more inclined to do that. But
we usually only go because Sarah's brother likes to go.
It's a teenager spot for sure.
Yeah, the Grizzly, what is it? The river thing. That's actually a lot of fun.
We never actually did the Grizzly thing. It was just getting to a point where, on my life, it was like really, really hot.
Yeah,
I just didn't.
We did it for the first time. The last time we went, because it's usually broken down. Go figure.
That makes me never. That makes me feel great.
But that's actually a lot of fun. But yeah. I have a quick little discussion topic.
Yeah.
We went to the theater. We watched a movie today. Ironically, we watched Haunted House. And actually really good. Yeah. It was actually really cool. They incorporated, I'd say, almost everything from the ride into the movie, and it was done really well.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't even remember the ride. So
the ride's one of my favorites.
Yeah, that, Pirates, and Indiana Jones we always have to go on.
But see, Haunted House, they have the Haunted House there, but it's not a ride anymore, right?
Haunted House?
No, it's a ride. It's a full ride. It's crazy. It's the best one.
It might have been
super cool and dark and like
the big mansion thing, Haunted Mansion. You didn't go on that? Well, it's in between Pirates.
It's in the Disneyland park, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like Pirates is here, and then you keep walking. Haunted Mansion.
It just didn't like. It was interesting because it was like there was a line for it. I mean, we went in it, but it's just, I guess maybe that's not one of my draws. I'd say
maybe
so like, we probably just because we did do this haunted thing, but that would make more sense. Yeah. But I thought the Haunted Mansion was going to be the California Adventure side with that drop tower.
No, that was. What would they used to be? What Tower of Terror or some shit?
There you go. Okay, there you go. Because all right there. Yes, I did do the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah,
but yeah, I heard the movie was pretty good, or just based on the fact that it's a good movie.
Yeah, it's really good. I recommend it. But I think it's sad that the movie theater is empty now. You know, we used to go like pre-COVID. There were so many people that would always be there.
Oh, dude, you just went and saw the wrong movie.
But no, like there was nobody. No, I'm not talking about just the theater itself. I'm talking about the whole building.
Which movie theaters you go to?
At Roanoke Park.
Oh, dude, you're just going at wrong times. That's all. But I would rather go at the time that you went.
Was it matinee or matinee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
summer.
Well, the past 2 times I went to the movie
on a Saturday,
Oppenheimer and Barbie.
Yeah.
Fucking packed.
Oh,
just
sure.
To the gills, bro. Like there was.
I'm sure it does get
everybody,
packed.
Even though you can pick your seat, people still want to sit next to you. God, it's so lame.
I hate that whole picking seat thing.
It blows me away. Like not like, whatever. We actually had to get a move just one seat over, but it was like when we saw. Yeah, Oppenheimer, dude, is just like so.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's fucking really good.
Let's see it.
It's not even really like. I think a lot of people are like, "Oh, the explosion! Oh,
Dude, that's like not even the coolest part. That's not even like that cool, to be honest with you. I mean, yeah,
That's
it was
crazy because they spent so much time trying to be like, we want to awe people with the
don't
majesty
get
of
me wrong, they did. Like it was
nuclear
cool, but I wasn't
fire.
awed by it. I was more
Yeah.
awed by the politics.
Yeah.
The politics is fucking nuts, man. Shit. They're attacking everybody. Like just like there's so much shit that just went down in like between like the 40s and 60s. Like, dude, holy shit. Like our country was built in those years. Like
the fact that we've been so close to like horrible things happening, like global destruction stuff multiple times, and it hasn't happened. It's like, dude,
there's a phrase at the end of Oppenheimer, and the one thing I will say about Oppenheimer, what it did show me is that we only see these black and white pictures of Einstein, and we all think that Einstein is 1800. No, Einstein, dude, was born in like, dude, he was like alive in 1960 and hanging out in America.
Yeah,
like that's like I didn't know that. I thought like, oh, he's an 1800s guy. Like, no, this dude was speaking English and walking around hanging out with people.
Yeah.
Like simple stuff like that blew me away. Politics, great. And then I would go see Barbie, the complete opposite.
Barbie.
You
didn't like it?
No, it was great.
Just
it was
yeah. It's like
that Barbie was great, dude. Fucking Ryan Gosling. Like, I don't even fucking know. Like, how you can just
celebrity
be
crush.
so airheaded and funny. It's just they even reference it in the movie at one point. It's like, we don't have genitals. He's like, can I come over and spend the night? Why?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, that's all he says. Like, I don't know.
Wow.
Dude, that movie's for everybody. Like, unless you're a super right-wing conservative that has problems with Pink, then
yeah, man.
But other than that, dude, that movie is hilarious.
I'm Knuff.
Did you see it, Bert?
I haven't seen it. I was thinking. I don't think. This is gonna pain both of you, but I think the last movie I saw in theaters was the last James Bond. Because my dad literally came down to LA to go see it with me. We did like a bro weekend. It was burgers, booze, and Bond, and I was like, "Yeah, dude, let's do it." Great weekend. But we saw that in the theater. I don't know why. For me,
how'd that movie treat you?
I did not. Let me back it up. Let me back it up.
Be fair and be honest. Let me
back it up. I actually enjoyed some elements of it, but overall,
I'm taking away the sum.
Huh?
I'm lashing on to that sum word.
But overall, when I think about like it as a James Bond movie, I had a villain that I don't even remember, or like I don't understand what the importance was. I have a plot that was like kind of stupid, and like I get this whole thing with him and his daughter, and
you can't hug your daughter ever again, or she'll die.
And I'm just sitting there being like, in the end, I'm like, dude, I've watched GoldenEye, the movie, like so many, like literally so many times that my parents bought me the VHS tape so that I would stop just going to Bradley Video and just renting it.
Yeah. Bradley Video, God, love it.
And I can remember I'm like playing through
free on Tuesdays.
Yeah, I'm like playing through the GoldenEye remake, my Xbox. I'm like, oh yeah, dude, I just think about the last James Bond movie, and then I think back to like all the other ones that happened, the Daniel Craig ones. Well, I really like Daniel Craig as James Bond. Now, in hindsight, I look at the James Bond movies that Daniel Craig did, and I go, huh. Yeah, I really like him as James Bond. I really don't like his James Bond movies. does that make sense or no?
Like, I'm trying to process that. I can see that. Obviously, GoldenEye is like, that takes the cake. What, game of the year 2 years in a row? Movie was amazing. The layers of that movie were very good. Like, dude, like I always forget but the whole entire tank London train scene, it's almost like, wait, oh yeah, there's this whole other fucking element to the whole movie that I just completely forgot about.
Dude, I struggled so hard on that part on the game.
Oh,
you
dude,
doing the laser thing?
Dude, I'm playing through this right now, and I'm like getting frustrated because I'm like, what the fuck? I beat this game when I was like 13. Why is this causing me so much fucking problems? And I'm like, I'm at the control room now finally, and I'm just like, after so long, I get to the control room, and then just all those waves of guys come in, and I'm like dead. I'm like, dude, fuck this. It's like it's taking me like a month to beat this game. Yeah,
I know. Yeah. Only so much ammo. Like the AK-47 can only do so much.
Yeah.
I mean, I only played the first level, beat it. And I was like, dude, I'm over it.
Is it just me, or does the AK-47 always look like a pencil?
It does. It is always sticking up. Just. Oh. Great.
Oh, yeah, sick.
God, that game just like changed the world.
Yeah,
it really did.
I have so many memories of that game.
God, that perfect arc.
Yeah.
You can't shoot through walls. Fuck you. Here's my laptop gun. Okay. You got something, Bert?
Dude, I have so many things. I don't want to bogart them all.
Well, I put a lot of them in the chat. So
okay. Well, then I'm gonna ask you this one because I really want to understand. I have no clue what this means. I literally get this text. Called revisiting grocery store shopping.
Yeah.
What does this mean?
So, if you guys remember, I lost my job.
I see previous.
I lost one of my jobs. Let me rephrase that. I'm sorry. I lost one of my jobs. Just happens to be the heavy hitter. If you all didn't know, we're sponsored by JARdon. I work there too. Or I sponsored by Dynamic Fitness. So the reason being is a lot of times when people like start to make more money, their spending habits change.
Yeah, that's true.
Throughout the time that I was working the two jobs, essentially, dude, my spending habits didn't change.
Good.
Like they relatively stayed the same, except for like I stopped shopping at Food Max, and instead of Food Max, I just traded it for Rayleigh's.
Sure.
My reasoning for that is I really like Rayleigh's house brand product because their product is it's cheaper right off the bat. You get a little bit more quantity, and then from what I'm buying, yeah. So because of that, our shopping habits have stayed the same. Like the spending on groceries relatively stayed the same. And when I texted that, we were at grocery outlet, and I'm like, I can see the value in buying more expensive. I can. But also, shopping to me is more desirable to go out when I could find the deal. I found this deal. Why do I go to grocery outlet? Not because grocery outlet has their own fucking brand. They don't. It's because they get all the brands that are super expensive that is like on the shelf life might be out or X amount of months. It's just cheaper. But at the end of the day, I'm going to use that product within a shorter period of time than the shelf life is giving. So if they're going to discount it 70%, and it's going to expire in 2 weeks, but I know I'm going to use it in a week, why wouldn't I just buy this here?
Yeah.
Now, granted, it's hit and miss. It's not always all there. That's why I go to grocery outlet. I love finding fucking deals. That's it. But that was just like, I just wanted to touch on that because I feel like a lot of people, when they're like, when we first opened the store, my spending habits didn't change. They stayed the same. Oh, I'm eating out. I'm getting everything spending. And all of a sudden, in 2 months, I was out of money. I was like, oh, shit. Whereas now, it's like, okay, yeah, well, we'll be fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
All right. It's a lot different. So I guess the question is, what sparks your interest to buy what? Like, is it the value? Is it valuably, this is a great deal? Is it because this is just cheaper and this is what I can afford? Or is it, this is the most expensive and this is what I can afford?
Are you talking about food?
Grocery shopping, just in general. And then I want to go even further, that I just found out when I worked at Walgreens from a customer, actually. On each, like whenever you're buying like OTC counter or supplements, pills, stuff like that, there's actually a price per pill on each fucking tag. Had no idea. So it's like it says like, yeah, this you got 100 caps in this bottle. Well, you're spending 12.9 cents per cap, or something like it's something absurd.
Yeah, per
And then so that entail will tell you what is a better deal too. But that's just kind of like what I thought about when we were at grocery outlet the other day. And we somehow managed to spend like $200, which is beyond me, which I don't even see it in the fridge. We gotta go get some more shit.
So frustrating.
I got another topic on top of that regarding groceries, but if you guys got anything.
Well, Dalton, do you have a response to that?
A little bit, yeah. Like we're trying to eat out less, A, because it's expensive, and B, because it's not good for you.
Yeah.
But then, like, if I want to say I want to cook something specific for the day, I'll go and get everything I need. And then a lot of times I'm still spending like 40, $50 just for that one meal. And I'm like, is it really that more expensive than going? Because I could go to Panda for Sarah and I and spend $30.
Yeah, but then you have to think of the food that you have left over.
Right.
Yeah. Like I think I'll use lasagna. Because that's a specific dish that I know how to make. I'm not saying I know how to make it well, but I know how to make lasagna. But all the ingredients that I have to buy for said lasagna make it be like, well, why am I not just eating out? Right. I 100% get that reasoning. It's hard to break that reasoning. But at the end of the day is if your meals can just be not that exciting, you save so much more. And I'm not saying like it has to be like, you need to like, blah, blah. But like not every meal needs to be steak, pasta, and like greens. Like the meal could be literally steak and rice, chicken and rice, pork and rice. Like you start downgrading like these. Oh my god, is your cat's tail white?
It's gray. Has some.
Oh man, I thought there was a skunk on your desk for a second. I was like, no fucking way.
He's got a skunk tail.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Obviously. Okay.
Yeah, but like it's just I think a lot of people like to like I'm making this meal, I'm taking the time to make this meal, so the meal has to be like everything that I want. But at the end of the day is maybe I'll spice up the chicken or the meat really good or the main dish. And after that,
well, a lot of the times
white rice and some greens.
So we buy Costco from chicken. I'll get those 6-packs for like $20.
You need to.
And that'll last us, and then we'll get some sausage because I know it's probably not good for you, but we like Hamburger Helper. So we'll do like Hamburger Helper and a little side salad or something.
So good.
And it's the quickest, easiest, and it's cheap,
See like that. Like, let's say, for example, you're like that meal you just described. Let's say I eat that twice a week.
Mm-hmm.
So twice a week. In total, I could go to Safeway, Rayleigh's, and we're just going to exclude Costco. I can go buy some 80-20 ground beef for like $16. I could freeze half of it.
Yeah.
Or however much. I could freeze half of it and just span it out. And then I could use that. Now that $16 is now getting spread over the course of, like, say, 4 days.
Right.
So now that's $4. It's just like, I mean, I look at like compartmentalize everything. I start to break everything down and like this. I don't want to use the word spread things thin, but I'm spreading it out as thin as possible.
Yeah.
To save money.
We're the same way. And like we'll eat, like we love rice and chicken. So and like you said, we'll get chicken. And one day I'll just.
Now you got that rice cooker with the dude. All right,
dude, it's a game changer, dude.
Rice cooker, and I know you got the pot stickers on top, but dude, just literally rice and pot stickers is a meal.
Wait, what?
It's a meal. Don't tell me. No one can tell me any otherwise. It's easy. Give me some chili oil and some hot mustard. Just rice and pot stickers. No, pot stickers.
Oh, dude, we do it all the time.
Just rice and pot stickers. It's just a fucking meal. Tony started doing that for me like 2 years ago. I'm like, okay, wow. This is just all sodium and good.
We get the chicken cilantro mini pot stickers from Costco, and they have a huge bag. And then we'll usually get Safeway pork buns because they make really good pork buns, and they're nice and filled. They're full. They're really full.
Yeah.
And so we'll just do pork buns, pot stickers, and rice.
Simple meal. I will say this, and I probably have to switch up. I'm not going to buy my grocery anymore. I know I praise them, but you can't win everything. but the frozen Chinese dinner meals that just have like the meat, I am inclined to those so much now because let's say
you can do that with some rice and you have like 2 or 3
a whole
meals.
meal.
Yeah.
Like a whole and then you buy some little pot stickers. It's just like I ate this whole entire meal with 2 people, and let's say the bag itself costs $10. The rice, 30
cents. Yeah.
30 cents. And that rice will last 2 days.
Yeah.
Like it's just like Now, but when we need to eat out and feel a little bit better about ourselves, or just to be like,
or you're lazy
a lot of times it's China Village. Like
Interesting.
I think I've gotten China Village the more than I've gotten fast food in the past like year. But it's so good.
I love their hot and sour soup.
Dude, my fucking dad every time he's like, I was gonna get food. I'm like, what are you gonna get? He just holds up the menu. I'm like, dude, we were there like a week ago. Like, yeah, it was good. I'm like, God, I love that place.
Your take, Bert?
I'm gonna do a little controversial take.
Do
a little bit of the opposite, which
I
is
like it.
I am at the point now where I would rather spend more money and not throw anything away. So I'm actually spending more money on less stuff. Yes, it's higher quality, I think, than maybe some of the other stuff, but I just at the point now where like something just sitting in my fridge to then be thrown away just frustrates me.
I see that.
We used to do that so much.
Throw things away.
Yeah, I don't want to divert from yours, but we used to before we started doing like these little just chicken and rice meals or chicken whatever, we used to come up with like these meals that full on meals with like all these ingredients and stuff we're gonna do, and we'd have it in the fridge, and then come day to do it, and we're like, let's go eat out, and then veggies and all that would just be trash in the fridge after a while. It was such a waste, and I hated it.
It's called buying avocados.
Yeah, which I've been texting you guys. I'm on.
Yeah, it's Bert. I'm in that same boat now. Obviously, we have different lifestyles. I've got I've got Tanya that lives with me.
Yep.
Yes, Sarah. You've got Ninja. So like,
I spend more on him than I spend for me.
Right. We go through. So I would say the rate that we go through food is probably a little bit quicker than you do. So like,
sure.
Spending a little bit more money on something that's going to last longer, or spending more money on less makes sense, because. God, like, why the fuck do you? It's so easy. Why do I want to buy this $2 avocado? And it's gonna be gone in 3 days, in the trash.
So I'll give you an example, which is I was pissed because the last time I went there, they had sold out. It was that good. There's this place next to my work, Sprouts. It's really high. I think like kind of like a Whole Foods-esque.
Yeah, they have a Sprouts in Petaluma.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So they have this like marinated ahi tuna. It's like chopped up little pieces of tuna with like this dressing on it, or this like seasoning or whatever, and it's like $15 a pound.
Not cheap, but still.
Yeah, I'll buy like 2 pounds of that, so that's like 30 something bucks or whatever.
What,
right,
dude?
That's my dinner
eating good
for an entire week, right?
Damn.
So
really?
Yeah, I'll just eat that with some like I have like it's very much like
I was gonna say your face looks leaner.
I'm trying. I'm wearing baggy.
Your face, yeah.
I'm working on it.
Well, how about this? You're wearing a baggy shirt because
it's hot. Well, I'm gonna tell this is my secondary question, which is comfy clothes. We'll get there in a second. But like I'll sit there and I'll be like, cool. Like even the guy's like, are you sure you want this much? And I was like, dude, trust me that like I have this like regimented, right?
Like fuck you, don't talk to me.
Yeah. Well, the guy's like, are you sure this is like $30 worth of like fish? And I was like, yep. I eat it and it's good, and like it's enough where I'm like satisfied, but I'm not like I'm not eating a giant steak with all this stuff. I'm just eating some fish and eating some rice, and cool, dinner's done. I'm drinking water. So yes, is there probably a way that I could do this where like I'm getting the same amount of like caloric intake, but
no,
like
I think what you described is pretty good.
Yeah, but it's
like
it's
reality,
not
like,
cheap, right?
No, like what you bring it up for 5 days, dude. It's $5 a day.
Yeah,
it's like $6 a day.
Yeah,
for the meat. But I would say, dude, that's a very healthy, lean way to approach dinner.
Yeah. That's the thing is like I realized like I was putting too much into like the concept of dinner as like it needs to be this big meal and all this different stuff.
Same.
And I'm just like, so the thing that I had to get away from, because talking to my dad, I was like, yeah, dude, I think I broke life. I found the cheat codes. He's like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? He didn't swear. He's like, what are you talking about? I was like, yeah, dude, I just like, I'll eat lunch. I'll make like a really nice big sandwich. I'll take that in, or like, meat and rice or whatever. He's like, okay. And yeah, for like dinner, I just come home and I like make a bowl of cereal and that's it. And he's just like, I was like, okay, go on. So yeah, it's just like, I'll eat a bowl of cereal and I'm done. And like, that's my dinner. And I'm not eating this big thing. And he goes, And he goes, I was like, I could sense some, he's like, well, that's just pure sugar. You're just eating literally milk and cereal as your like, he's like, I would highly recommend you don't do this. Because my dad got diabetes, runs in our family. He got diabetes, but then he just worked out and like lost weight, and
it's amazing.
Got rid of it, right? Amazing. So he's walking me through like, I was like, well, tell me more. And he's just like, yeah. And I was like, oh, so as soon as he said that, it was like I thought I had cheat codes that I had been working on, and then I was like, because again, you think about that, oh man, because cereal's fucking expensive. I went in the store and a box of cereal was like $9, and I was like, what the fuck?
What?
Like name brand cereal. And then
where are you getting your bougie cereal?
No. That's like a box of Cheerios.
It's like $6.50 around here,
dude. But still even $6.50 is expensive, right? But it's like $9. So I buy like those knockoff brand bags.
Oh yeah, you got it
for more. But I'm sitting there being like, all right. But like in my head, I go, oh man, I spent this meal is 25 cents. This is great, right? My dad's like, you need to stop that because that's bad for you. And I was like, oh shit, you're right. Okay. But so again, it's all calibrating and doing things. But the point of it is, right? My groceries, I'm actually spending a lot more, not a lot more. I'm spending more for less. But as long as you're purchasing the right things and you're doing it in a way where you feel good both from what you're eating and the mental aspect of like, oh, I didn't just throw away a bunch of food. To me, I'm like, I've hit that sweet spot.
I wanted to ask, how are your energy levels? Do you notice a difference?
Yes and no, because I also don't drink on weekdays. Okay. So I only drink on like Fridays and Saturdays.
Yeah,
right?
But you should feel that energy difference Monday.
But I do, right? Because I'm just drinking water, and I'm eating better. And so like, yes, the short answer is yes. But I'm also exhausted from like work. So it's a fine balance, right?
But it's a good balance.
But it's good because it's like I'll sit there and I'll look, I'm like, it's like chips. Yeah. I used to just anytime I go to the grocery store, I'm like, yeah, I'll buy a bag of potato chips. Why not? Right. And like now I'm like, that's just waste. That's just a waste. Like they taste good, but I'll kill an entire bag if I'm not paying attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that was like $4 for a bag of chips that like now I'm like feel gross about it, right?
Yeah. It's one of those things where it doesn't last you.
Yeah.
It's like I'm like you, I could devour a whole bag of chips in one sitting, or at least half the bag, and
yeah.
And I've also learned that like simple food, you can still make it taste good. Mm-hmm. Just some like chicken, like I said, I'll do it in hot sauce or some sort of sauce, or depends on the seasoning.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just like a little stuff, and it's like, I don't know. There's a point where it's important to remember to not just like go crazy and cut everything out.
Yeah.
But you also realize how much you were like kind of wasting on mindless nothingness, right? You spend all this money and time and calories on like, Randy, we were just talking about like a bag of chips, right? Like I used to just go to the store and I'd be like, oh, hey, a bag of chips. Sure. Yeah. And then like, I'll eat the whole thing. I'll just sit there. If I'm not paying attention, all of a sudden it's like 2 days and the whole thing is gone.
Count that. And then what is that? How many serving sizes? 9 serving sizes.
Yeah.
28 grams. 16 servings, 16 servings, 9 pretzels. I guarantee you there's more than 16 times 9 pretzels in here.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question? What's the percentage wise for that serving? What is the highest thing percentage-wise on what it's calling out?
21% of sodium.
Sodium.
490 grams of sodium.
Yeah. So wait, so what's the percentage again? To read the percentage again?
21%.
21% of your daily sodium intake on 9 pretzels. That's fucking insane. Because like I would eat a bag of that shit, and all of a sudden I'm like, why does my heart feel so bad? Because my heart's pumping
so
like
much water and pissing through the night.
Yeah.
God, see, like, I think that was the biggest wake up call for myself when I started my fitness journey in 2017. Started reading the back of every label. That was like because I had all this free time on my hands. It's just like, oh shit. Then all of a sudden you go on this mission of trying to find everything that has like least amount of carbs but also filling.
Yeah.
All right. So back to groceries really briefly. Like say for example, I like black beans. They're not like the best, but I like black beans.
Yeah.
I could go buy a can of black beans at Food Max for $1.10.
Yeah.
They're gonna have about 190 megs of sodium per serving. You know, blah blah. Or I can go to Oliver's Market. I don't know the brand. But let's just say it's organic yellow because the can's yellow. I go get a same serving size, same everything, spend $3 on this can, but boom, there's no sodium in it. Like it's just like it's crazy. It's just crazy. So like you spend more money, it has a shorter shelf life.
Yeah.
But in turn, it's actually better for you.
Yep.
Now, not unless you're just an individual that doesn't take sodium with anything, and these beans are just going to get you through to Christmas. But
yeah.
Like, there's a difference. I mean, like Tanya would say, and she roasted me one time. I was like, I don't buy pasta that comes in bags like a peasant. You buy a pasta that comes in boxes. You fucking tard. I'm like, oh shit. Like, oh fuck. Okay. Like I didn't know that.
How could I?
Like little things, just little
harsh.
Yeah, but the beans one definitely is like that night and day difference. Like, okay, sodium for $1.10. $2 more, no sodium. What do you want?
Yep.
I justify that shit in my head with like, all right, I'll just work out more. I'll just do more cardio.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Like, yeah. 100%.
All that being said, I did spend $40 on this big thing of pork belly a couple weeks ago. Smoked some pork belly.
I'm not gonna lie, I also had fast food for the first time in a long time last night.
What'd you have?
What did you get?
I went to Burger King.
Ooh.
I got I went there and I was like, I don't need to go crazy. And normally if I would go to this, I'd be like, give me the Triple King, baby. Let's fucking do it. I was just like, I'll take a cheese and bacon Whopper, please. And like, I ate like 3 fries, and the amount of salt that they put on the 3 fries, I was just like,
that's just
like I've made a terrible mistake.
Is going down.
Yeah, dude, 100%. Like I literally felt it in that, and I was like, all right, well,
you know, I
don't pretend like I didn't eat the whole thing. I ate the whole thing, but I could feel it, and immediately I was like, all right, well, this is dictating like the rest of my weekend now. Like I'm eating, like for lunch, it was just like avocado, turkey meat, and like
it's weird how you think like that, right? Or you're starting to think like that.
Yeah. Like you have to balance out the levels, you know, like the meters. But
we hadn't eaten like fast food in a couple weeks, and I think I texted it.
It was so good.
And we went to Carl's Jr. This is about a month ago. We went to Carl's Jr. one night, and like halfway through the night, we were working. Halfway through the night, we both just felt so shitty and like sluggish. And prior to that, you know, we've been cooking at home and everything, so we hadn't felt amazing. That bad.
Like, see, just like that, you eat at home. So like you can eat at home. You can make the same exact identical meals at home, except you're just gonna feel better at home because there's less preservatives, there's less crap, there's less shit. It's amazing. We ate Carl's Jr. for the first time when we saw Barbie, I think, and like we sat down and ate at the restaurant. It was cool. I mean, there's nobody there.
Yeah.
Empty. Definitely felt like the old days.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody brought the food out to us. It was cool. I mean, there's something that can be said that the Carl's Jr. French fries are 10 times better when you eat them there.
Yeah.
Wow. No. Wow. Totally different.
It's like eating pizza at a pizza parlor or whatever.
So crazy, right?
Like, it comes to your table and it's fresh and it's hot.
I was thinking about this. I told Tanya, like, back in the day, we used to sit here and post up. I remember when they first got this TV in here that's not on. But you just sit there and watch Disney Channel and the weather.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what are you doing? Oh, we're gonna go to Scandia. All right, we're gonna ride over the movies. Oh, so it was okay. It was a little hot. It was a little hot. I got their El Diablo, which was I'm still a pussy when it comes to heat things. So like I thought I was getting there, and then I got there, and then I'm starting to realize it's kind of hot and sweating a little bit. So
eat some Nando's.
I still have, it's wild. I still have that Nando's in the fridge. I haven't even opened it. Like I just keep forgetting it's there.
Dude, just like cook some chicken, and then once it's cooked, just toss it in the Nando's. It's delicious.
Yeah, I should try it. I got the medium one.
Or get some get some pita bread, and then put the chicken. Do the same thing. Cook it, toss in the chicken, and then put the chicken inside, and just put some lettuce or something inside of it. It's fucking delicious.
Right. Talking about food, because we never talk about food on here.
I love food.
Never. Discussion topic: expanding your food palette. So me wanting to get or accepting the fact that we're gonna get Indian food like a few weeks ago, a month ago. Sure. Wild. You wouldn't like up until like my life until that day. You would have never asked like, you want to get Indian food? You want to try it? Nope, never. Why? Because I don't want it. Why? Because it's curry. Why? Because I just don't want it. Why? It's Indian food. Like those are my responses.
I feel this very much. Yeah.
Those are all my responses. Exactly. Is there naan bread? No, I don't fucking want it.
Yeah.
like that's it. So we get it. I could tell it was a little overpriced, but it was good to the point where there wasn't too much spice. Yeah, it was good. It was good. I don't think we would order it again to go or delivery because it was so expensive.
Where is it?
There was like that new place next to the
Walmart marketplace
shopping center. Yeah, there's a new spot right over there. It's not bad.
I think it's where Mountain Mike's used to be, huh?
Yeah, I believe so. Or Straw Hat Pizza.
Yeah,
Straw Hat. Yeah. Can I ask you guys a question?
Maybe.
Sure.
Sorry, I want to actually derail the.
Oh yeah, no, go ahead.
I hear you with that, and so no, hold on. I'm gonna write it down so I don't forget. I want to actually follow your train of thought, which is okay. So you expanded it.
Yeah.
You ate it. You thought it was.
Yeah, it was good.
It was good.
Yeah.
But you were like,
no, I just won't buy it again because of the price point.
That's okay. Okay.
I won't get it to go for the price point. Eating there, different story.
Did you order through DoorDash?
Yeah, Tony did.
Fuck that. I don't remember the last time I ordered DoorDash because it's too fucking expensive.
We get lazy.
Can I? Oh, all right, I have a DoorDash.
And usually when we DoorDash, it's always China Village. Because they don't like that's the only way you can get it delivered.
It's DoorDash.
Yeah, it's DoorDash. I'm just too lazy to drive.
I order Little Caesars.
You're so close to it,
right? Because I'm doing game stuff here, right? I'm having people come over for like a game night stuff. We meet like regularly now, like once a month at least. And I'm like, dude, it's just so easy to go on Little Caesars website. You just throw in like 4 pizzas and it's there and whatever, right? It's still like the same price as ordering like 2 or 3 pizzas from like Papa John's, but like, no, sorry, but you get more. You just get more. It's just better, whatever. Every single time I order through their website, they do it through DoorDash. And every single time, I'll literally see the guy drive to my house and then go down the wrong street and just sit there for like 20 minutes. And I'm like trying to text him like, hey, you're at the wrong spot. Like I'm over here. And the guy's like calling me. I don't know where you're at. I've been here for 20 minutes. Where are you? I'm like, you're on the wrong spot. And like every single time I'm like, can you not? I guess the only way you do this, you only do this through DoorDash. Like, why is my address not where my address is? Get it? Like, and then I get the pizzas and I'm like, again, going back to your point, like, oh man, Round Table Pizza is one of those pizzas where like if you get a Round Table pizza, right when it's made, and they drop it on your fucking table, and you just go. It's so fucking good. Little Caesars is one of those things where like they do the takeout. I have to just immediately eat a slice while I'm in my car, just so I can eat it at that prime state. Because by the time I get home, it's still good. It's still good. I still enjoy me some Little Caesars. But there's a certain point where, like, if your fucking Uber driver or Uber Eats driver is sitting with your pizzas in his car for 20 minutes trying to find you, diminishing of returns.
The quality, dude, that's what like.
Plus the time it took to drive.
Little Caesars depreciates like 70%.
So much, dude.
So fast.
It's like you hit that 20-minute mark and it's just gone.
You like, bro, like it's crazy how you keep like you get Little Caesars, you don't eat it all, you go back 2 hours later. Well, at least for me, I gotta nuke this piece. Okay. I gotta nuke it. Okay, it's warm for like 2 minutes. You go back later, I'm gonna nuke it up. Now it's only warm for like a minute. Like it just keeps decreasing in its like edibleness or whatever. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
But I'll eat the shit out of it the second you get it. If you just rush home and you get Little Caesars pizza on the tail end of your day.
Yep.
If you don't get it at the beginning, you get it when you're ready to eat. Not like I'm gonna eat it in a little bit.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I literally ate the Whopper in my car as I was driving home because I had things that I had to do when I got home. But I thought it doesn't matter. They ended up getting canceled, and I was like, oh, "Fuck, man! I could just made the food at my anyway." Sorry.
You know, actually, I did eat 2 Burger King cheeseburgers a couple days ago when I was doing the side yard with my dad. I needed something bad. Because this Burger King was really close to Lowe's. I'm like, let me just stop in here real quick. Like, let's get it going. Oh fuck.
Bert, what was your thing you had? You wrote down?
I wrote it down. Thank you, Dalton. Empanadas. Have you guys gone to the empanada place that I recommended to you? That I'm telling you, it will change your life.
Where is it at again?
It's right next to In-N-Out. It's in the gas station next to
that place.
Oh, so get this. So Tanya.
So no.
That place is always packed, by the way.
So good.
So
every time I come back up to Runner Park, my parents are like, "Where do you want to go for dinner?" And like in their mind, they're like, "You can pick anywhere. You can pick any expensive restaurant. We'll go, and like that's fine because it'll be just like the one meal we go up here." I go, "I would like empanadas, please." It's so fucking good. God, it's so good.
When's the next time you're coming down?
I'm coming up
coming up.
Coming up actually soon. Next month.
Are you really?
Yeah. I'm coming up for a wedding.
Are you gonna have time to go get empanadas?
I will actually, because I'm gonna take like a week up there. So yes,
nice.
We're gonna play Kill Team.
Sonoma County, or is it
Sutter Creek?
Where the fuck is Sutter Creek?
North. Sac, next to Sac, I think.
Oh, Sac.
Yeah.
We'll see you when you get back.
Yeah. We're gonna play Kill Team. We're gonna play Lord of the Rings, and we're gonna play freaking Magic.
Yeah. Ooh.
I have no light.
Dude, it's sick.
Very dark.
Yes. And then eat empanadas.
Play some fucking Diablo.
No.
I haven't played that in a minute. I'm onto a new game, DCS. It's a combat flight simulator game.
Ooh, hey, dude, I'll take that over. Hey, I've been sitting in a plane for 10 hours.
Much fun. Like the plane, like for instance, I'm flying the F-14.
Mm-hmm.
There's F-16s, F-18s, whatever. You can jump online, you can fly and shoot, dogfight people. They have World War II planes.
Have you won a dogfight yet?
No, I haven't gone online. Fuck that shit. People are hella good. It's super hard.
Yeah, I bet, dude.
But what I realized once I got into it,
flight stick.
I do.
This fucking guy.
Hold on. It's down here.
Whoa!
Yes.
It's got some weight to it.
I have a whole throttle and everything. But they have this sandbox mission editor that I only found about after I got into it, and you can literally create whatever you want. Like you can add planes that you can fly, you can add enemy planes, yada yada yada, troops, jeeps, buses. It's just a ton of fun.
Build me an army worthy of Mordor.
Damn,
So,
dude. I was thinking, like,
Got it.
man, if he follows up with that sentence, that's gonna be wild. And you did.
I want you to do me a favor and recreate the Mordor map, and then you'll have all these like people on the ground, but instead of like eagles and fell beasts flying in the air, I want like F-16s versus MiGs.
Done.
And then it's just like cool. Really, basically just building the sandbox. The sandbox that looks like Mordor. Then I want like fighter jets above it.
Done.
Great.
Might take a while.
Yeah, do it.
Tattoos.
Oh, dude, I'm ready for the next one.
It's been a minute.
I set a weight goal. That's why I'm like really focused on it, because it's just like, dude, if I drop weight, then that's my reward. I'm gonna put it.
Yeah, I'm debating on where to get the next tattoo.
What are you gonna get?
What are you thinking?
Oh, it's gonna be Barad-dûr. I just don't know what.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I keep saying phrases to myself in like a Mordor darkish voice. It sounds cool in my head.
I made a.
You gotta get the little dots on the top of the
I made a
make sure
reference.
it's legit.
At work, I was like, we don't speak the black tongue in Rivendell, but I'm gonna do it anyways. And I like said the one thing that nobody wanted to say.
Yeah, what is the black tongue? What is that word?
It's like Elvish, but it's like corrupt. It's like Dark Lord Elvish.
So basically, it's like speaking Korean.
I don't know why you went there, but okay.
Oh, they're the easy. Yeah.
It's messed up.
No, it's not.
Not touching that one.
Yep.
Oh fuck! We haven't had an edit since like episode 3. No.
I don't have any gameplay ready.
Well,
Cheers.
we're kind of running.
It's also
long.
been recording for a bit.
Yeah.
Also, I would say my guy still needs to get like recalibrated for point or scaled points.
XP.
Yeah, sure. So, however we need to do that.
So what you're saying is we're gonna end the session, and then I'm gonna teach you guys how to play Magic.
Ooh, my magic cards are in.
Are they in?
Mhm.
They're here. You have them?
Well, they're in my mailbox.
Is it a commander deck or is it a regular deck?
It's supposed to be a commander deck.
Well,
What commander? Is it the Necron one?
Deck?
Well, no, it's the Elvish one.
Oh, that was okay. Sorry, I saw posts and then I didn't.
So you didn't get the one with Black Aragorn?
I don't know what I got.
You got you bought the Elvish one on eBay.
Yeah.
For cheap. All right, great. We're gonna do some commander after this.
It's still sealed. It just doesn't have the box.
Yeah, who cares about the box and all the other? I throw all that shit away. All right, well, JARdon the mess, everybody, because we're about to play some freaking Magic.
Magic.
Till next time, everybody.
JARdon.
JARdon.